Hey folks, welcome to my channel for the second editing tips and tricks. This tutorial is going to be about curves adjustments on raw image files, and I'll take you through Adobe Bridge and Photoshop and Capture One. So let's go. I just right click on the small thumbnail and I'll open in Camera Raw. Now these are already preset, each setting. I want to take a step back, and on the previous episode, generally see that I'll add 10 plus 10 for contrast and minus 25 for highlights, and bump up my shadows, add a little bit of black. Clarity I'm generally always at plus 12, and vibrance and saturation plus 9, and the reason I don't overdo it, I want the image to look quite natural. So but the one thing I want to talk about is that I generally can load these settings straight away, so I don't have to always keep inputting them and save time. So I usually have the Bridge Raw loader saved on my desktop, and I just click on that and open it, and it'll automatically assign those settings. And the same goes if you want to save different loaders, you just go save setting, save. Okay, there we go. So and that's where I put on the desktop, and I call it the Bridge Raw loader, and then you just hit save. And I don't need to do it on this one, but you can create a different type. So if you want one with with less contrast in the negative range, less highlights, less shadows, or more shadows, more blacks, more clarity, and so forth. But that's just a quick little tip there for loading a raw defaults. Okay, so we'll open the image. Let's go into Photoshop. So the main topic I wanted to cover were curves, and over the years I've always used curves. Each photo I'll generally cycle through what curves I prefer on each image to designate a look to suit that image, and these are my preferred presets that I've made. There's only 7. I can make more, but for this there's the 7, and you can find these on my blog. They're easily downloadable, and I'll put the link into the description box, and you can find them there. So to load these presets, all you do, you go load curves preset, and like you'll put on your desktop, you'll create a folder, PSD curves pack, open up the folder, and once you've downloaded, just put all 7 in a folder, and then, or generally you might just have to load them individually, and when you just load it, and then they should pop up in this dialog box here. Now I'll cycle through. You can see this is a washed out look. Generally people like Peter McKinnon on YouTube, they produce a lot of their content with this washed out hazy look, and that's the curves adjustment, and it can make images look cool. The other thing is, if you want these images to look more natural and not overdone, you can always drop the opacity 85% and the fill to 85%, just so it's a bit more natural. But we'll put it back up to 100 just to show you the styles of each one. So yeah, the first one, that was that, and let's look at the second one. It was a bit more pushed up here. Okay, so let's go to the third one. Now, some of them don't always work. It depends on the image. So this type of image is a flash image where I've used a Canon 5D Mark III and a 24-105mm lens, and it's flash photography. So I've bounced the flash off the ceiling in a car park, and because it's probably a flash type photograph, it reacts differently to each curved preset. So if I was outside with a sunny day, this preset might suit a different image. So that's the joy of going through and finding a curves preset that suits you or suits your photograph. Let's go to the fourth one. That's pretty clean. It's just a basic S curve. Generally, probably 90% of my photographs, I'll use the S curve. And let's go to the fifth one. It's more harsher. It's a bit more curvier, more voluptuous. And then the sixth one, that's even more extreme. And then the seventh, and it's back to a different, more washy look, a bit more, So they're my curved presets. Let me know how you go when you upload them to your Photoshop, and we'll see how you go. Let's take a step back. We'll go and I'll show you recently what I've switched to with Capture One. Capture One is pretty much like Bridge and Photoshop all together. And this is the same image. It's been imported here today, see, February the 5th. This is the quick edit, and it's the same thing. You can have all your user presets saved, so that's the same thing. It's the same deal, raw edit preset, and I just click on that and it will make all my settings be available straight away. And let's go to, there's the lens. I'm not going to do any correcting there. Base characteristics. Now here's histogram. Here's the beauty of the curves tool again. So the great thing about this one, I can just hover your mouse. You can hover your mouse straight over each curve preset straight away, instead of where Photoshop's a bit more tedious. And there you go. So 7 looks good, and we'll leave it on 7. And what you do is, when you're finished with your edit and you're happy with it, that's where you export with variants and put it on the desktop and do it at the highest resolution. Quality 100, and just click export, and it's done. That's ready for social media. Is there anything else I want to show you on curves? If you have any questions, feel free to put it in the comments below. And if they help you out, great. Love to hear your success stories from anything that I can pass on to you guys. And just want to say thanks for watching and welcome to my channel.